Shalawom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai. In today's topic, I'm going to talk about how Esau, Edom, refers to his descendants. The reason why I want to talk about this is because people will take Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated as only that man, Esau. But I'm going to demonstrate how it's him and his descendants, because just like how Jacob's name was changed to Israel, and we see in the Bible Israel is used to talk about all of Israel, all the people, all of Jacob's descendants. It's the same for Esau. And another thing is a lot of tendencies that the so-called white man has corresponds with Esau. So we're going to be going into that as well. So first, let's establish who are Jacob and Esau. Genesis chapter 25, verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Most High for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. So first, let's say Isaac is the son of Abraham. Isaac and Abraham were both people that the Most High actually cared about. So already we see that Jacob and Esau's father was someone of great noteworthy. That was noteworthy. Verse 22, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Most High. And the Most High said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elders shall serve the younger. So now we see that even in the womb, Jacob and Esau were already fighting. They were struggling. They're 2 different people. They're not, even though they both have the same father, they're not the same people. They're completely different. So verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 old when she bare him. So now we see Esau came out first, and Jacob was holding on to Esau's heel when he came out. They both came out, and I have a precept to that. Let's look at 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So we see that Esau, it is in 2 Esdras, it's saying that Esau is the end of the world and Jacob's the beginning that followeth. So the Jacob holding on to Esau's heel is symbolic, because Esau's reign is going to be the end of the world, and at the end of Esau's reign, which is his feet, that's when Jacob's going to come into power. That's going to be the beginning of the new world, a better world, because we all know that Esau's reign. In Esau's reign, there's nothing but wickedness. There's nothing but sorrow, war, and calamity, and all that. So after that, there's going to be righteous rulers, Jacob, the descendants of Jacob. So people might take that and think that, oh, that's just them in their time. It's not. It doesn't apply to them, and it doesn't apply to their descendants or right now. But I'm going to show that it does apply to their descendants. First off, and also nothing ever happened in the Bible, or nothing has ever been known or showed in the Bible that led to us believing that 2 Esdras 6 and 9 actually happened back then. So first off, let's show that Esau and Jacob had their name changed. So Genesis chapter 32 verse 28, and he said, "Thy name shall be called no more Jacob but Israel, for a prince hast thou power with the Most High, with Yahweh and with men, and hast prevailed." So over here, the Most High is changing Jacob's name to Israel. And next, Genesis chapter 25 verse 30, and Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint." Therefore was his name called Edom. So Esau's name now was changed to Edom. Now we see both Esau and Jacob had their name changed. So now let's show examples of Jacob and Israel and Edom referring to their nationalistic people, nationalistic people. Yes. Matthew chapter 8 verse 10. When Yahushua heard it, he marveled, and said to them that followed, "Verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel." So, of course, at the time of Yahushua, the time that Yahushua was alive, Jacob was dead. So, of course, this can only be referred to the children of Israel, the people that are descendants of Jacob or Israel. And another one, Matthew chapter 9 verse 33. And when the devil was cast out, the dumb spake, and the multitudes marveled, saying, "It was never so seen in Israel." Again, this is past the time that Jacob was dead, so of course it can only be referred to the children of Israel. And next, we're going to look for some examples of Esau, Edom being referred to its descendants. 2 Kings chapter 8 verse 20. In his days Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah, and made a king over themselves. So it says, in his days Edom revolted under the hands of Judah, but Esau was never under the hand of Judah. So Esau was never under Judah, so it could not have been Esau alone. It is referred to Esau, the Edomites at the time. And in the same chapter, if you go down to verse 22, yet Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah. Again, same thing. Now let's go to characteristics of Esau, so we can draw parallels to how the so-called white man acts just like Esau. In Hebrews chapter 12 verse 16, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So there's the people who are the most profane fornicators in the world are the so-called white man. They're really disgusting in that aspect. They're the ones who do that the most, and they will boldly claim, "Oh, everyone does it. Oh, it's normal." Genesis chapter 27 verse 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, "Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son?" So over here, this is after Isaac gave Jacob the blessing that he intended to give to Esau. So this is basically a prophecy being fulfilled long before before they were born, that the Most High said that the elder shall serve the younger. Or I think during the time that they were born. I believe I just read it. No, yeah, before they were born. Sorry, Slakia. Before they were born, it was prophesied that the elder will serve the younger. Verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Now, you can even see today, but even back then, the so-called white man always lived by the sword. Like they say that it's the American way to keep on being violent or attacking other countries that attack them until it's the right thing to do.
Well, who bet the whole town on a kickball game?
Okay, maybe it was a wrong decision to bet all of our economic futures on a kickball game. Well, we're Americans. We don't quit just because we're wrong. We just keep doing the wrong thing until it turns out right.
I believe, and even now, Trump attacked one of the Iranian leaders and killed him, and that's just him going off of his blessing, because they've always been able to win their wars. Even during the establishment of America, they were against Great Britain, who supposedly was supposed to have more power than them, but they conquered them. They overpowered them with their when they were not even developed yet, developed as their own country, or not even as their own superpower yet. So yeah, he lived him Esau Isaac's blessing Isaac blessing Esau is very apparent, that we can see now in our current history that we know, because there's no way I don't think that there's ever been another time when there's been a colony that's been able to overpower an entire established country. That's just not an everyday thing. So that's Esau's blessing right there. In Ezekiel chapter 35 verse 2, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Most High Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. First off, let's establish that Son of Man, when talking about Son of Man, it's talking about the children of Israel. The people at the time are to prophesy against Mount Seir. Verse 4, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Most High, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, and in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. So now it's saying Mount Seir has perpetual hatred against Israel. Now, who is Mount Seir, you might ask? I have a precept for that. Let's go to that. Genesis chapter 32, verse 3, and Jacob sent messengers before him to Esau his brother unto the land of Seir, the country of Edom. So the land of Seir, Mount Seir, the government. Mount means government. Government of Seir is the government of Edomites. So in Ezekiel, it's saying that the children of Israel that prophesied against it, in the land of Seir, where the children of Israel are prophesying against the Edomites, in verse 5 of Ezekiel chapter 35, it's saying the Edomites have had a perpetual hatred towards us, the children of Israel. And we can see that now. We have these KKK members who just say, oh, I just hate them because they're whatever. Oh, they're just dirty. Oh, whatever. But they don't have any logical explanation to it. It's just in their spirit to just hate us. They can't establish, oh, why do they hate black people? Even though they put black people in the position that they are in for them to act like, oh, thugs and all that stuff. But prior to that, they don't know why they hated them, but they still did all the horrible stuff to them, as if they hated them. So, it is prophesied that they hate them, that they have a perpetual hatred to us. So, of course, they're going to hate us, as the Most High had made it out to be. And now, next, a precept to the elder shall serve the younger. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 20. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. So, now, honestly, I don't know who can say that there is no God if with verses like these being so blatant and obvious. It is saying literally in the Bible, Esau and Jacob were blessed concerning things to come. Esau was prophesied to be blessed with the sword. That's what he has now. The modern day sword is a gun. He's killing people left and right. He's always been good at it. He's the strongest country around. Like, no one wants to Iran is, let me watch my mouth, but Iran, they didn't start a war actively with America because they know that they're going to be, they're not going to come out of it unscathed. America's not no pushover in terms of war. So, of course, they're going to be scared to fight with someone that was blessed with war. Next, also another, going back into Genesis chapter 27, verse 37. So it's saying that as we know that Isaac blessed Esau and Jacob with things to come. As we know that Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau with things to come, it is said that Jacob is going to be Esau's Lord. So, it is said that Jacob is going to be Esau's Lord. That has not come to pass yet. It's not active now, but it's going to happen after. Because, as in 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 9, Jacob's the end of the world. Esau is Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning that followeth. So when Esau's reign ends, then that's when Jacob's going to be Esau's Lord. So in conclusion, I may not have covered every specific thing, but that's all I wanted to talk about, or that's all I could come up with that I have. Many other Israelites may have more, but that's all I have for now. So now I hope you see that the so-called white man is, Esau, and he is hated by the Most High. And don't think that just because it says Edom and it seems like a singular word, it's not, that's not the case. The Most High deals with nations of people, doesn't deal with the individual a lot of times. So what isn't apparent now will be apparent in the future, as the Most High said. With that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai. With that, I want to say Shalawom.